Hey, it's Longridr and welcome. Today we're going to be starting a new series, a fun series, on creating a lucky block dragon. So it's going to be a beginning to the end thing where I work in Bloockbench, make the model, do some textures, then animations and sounds and all that. I've done it before and hopefully it ends up good this time as well. And dragons, can't go wrong with a dragon. So I'm just going to get right into it. We have this thing right here. It's a blocky block version. And there's this thing, the kind of build I want to go for. So 4 legs, wings, a tail, and a head thing. Get straight to modeling. We're going to go bedrock entity, create a model. File name, so undercase, lucky block dragon. Multi-identifier, lucky block dragon. That's the working title for now. I'll leave it at box UV. What I'll do first, create the basis. So I'll go up. So this is a block. So I want to put a kind of limit for now. Just an idea in mind. All right, there's size for scale. Zoom in a little bit. There's a normal block. And the body I feel like should be 2 blocks, or at least the chest area, maybe 2 blocks wide. And now we have like the main portion of it here as well. So we're going to just start building the tail a little bit. And the tail, I feel like, is the one part of it I don't really consider as part of the height. And it's going to be the start of the neck, probably. We'll take it like that. Actually, let's do this so it's even. I think a long and skinny neck would be going pretty far here. Adding that, and then we get to the head part. Just sculpt like the back of the head thingy, and then take this down until I decide I don't like it, which I'm probably doing as we speak. But I have to really make sure I have all my bases covered and that it can do that just fine. I'm one for adding a little bit of realism though to my things, so maybe a little bit of a curve in the front. This will be the start of the bottom jaw. So I'll create a new group so that way I can animate the bottom jaw like that. And then as you rotate it in animations, it looks like a jaw. Haha. And this was going to be an eye, but I'm not sure how much of a fan I am of cartoony looking eyes. Now either I could go like this, Control D to duplicate, and flip. So that way, you know, see the eyes. Add some more spikes, make it more menacing, because what's a dragon without spikes? There we go. Now I got pokey bad boy on top. Now what do I want to do here? Being lucky block, I want to have a canvas right there to put like a question mark. Maybe some question marks there, some other question marks elsewhere. It really depends on how I build a body. I sometimes I'll have to go further in to know how the inner workings work. But I think for the most part, I'll stick the pivot on the right side. The left side. That's the opposite of right. And sometimes give this an extra couple blocks so when you hide it, it looks like that. And you have room to rotate this way. See if I could show that. Boom. See? A little bit of extra skin makes it look like it's extending. Now we add the things to make it move. Legs. Legs are important, right? So we do this, add a cube, drags a cube, it's a different color cube this time. So if we're thinking shoulder level, shoulder could be about here. And since it's going to have wings, we kind of want the wings to start about where the leg starts. There we go. Now, let's construct a leg. Now, what type of leg do we do? For hands, I guess. This is the arm. That is correct, indeed. And there we go. Now some very basic fingernail-y thingies. Kind of like it has on that reference. The hand can be moved separately from everything. If I move the elbow and the hand move together, and then if I move the front left leg, the whole conglomerate goes. I'm not a marine biologist. Vertex snap that to the top there, and this is kind of recreating that. And we could get a little fancy with it too. The wing now. I like to do T-pose wings as well, since it's like... So we'll go like this, just figure out how long the wingspan we want to be, and then that would be one portion of it. I like to do it in 3, so I'll have 3 sections. And then shrink it, so that way the wing can be laid out. Actually, you know, screw that. Let's go like this, duplicate, easy peasy, go like that. And then there we go. We have the fancy wing that's not going to be hopefully too big. Another question would be, do I want to give it a tongue? Because if you give it a tongue, that can add more coolness to it. So that's the Lucky Block Dragon, just the main modeling aspect done. It can be relative, but yeah, it's pretty fun. We'll move on to the texturing next. Being a Lucky Block Dragon, I want to keep it fairly high, maybe textures and stuff, add some spice. Wow, okay. We'll select everything. create a texture for now. We'll just call this lucky.block.dragon. Multi-texture occupancy, don't want that because it doesn't matter right now. So it doesn't matter if it's checked or not, but uncheck it. Padding's always good, keeps phantom lines from appearing if you have a invisible UV mapping, which the wings will definitely have. Good. So I will go and just begin. First thing, I just actually want to place all that with nothing. So you see absolutely nothing. And then go painting grid, because painting grid is very helpful. And yep, that's the dragon. Now I will highlight the different parts. So being a yellow dragon, I have my palette here. So now you can see anything I paint on this side, the circle will now be on that side. But this keeps everything very consistent. So if I do make adjustments, it's looking good so far. I do like the pointiness of them. It gets me feeling a certain way. What I can do is give it like a curve here. It feels very Lucky Blocky, I think. And then we'd continue this all the way across. Let's see what this looks like in full detail. Yeah, you can see this is very splendid. I like to work sometimes with shading on and sometimes with it off, and sometimes I just forget it's on like I just did there. I'm going to just grab one face. Let's say this face. Now, let's see if I can translate this. I'm still in very uncharted territory. We'll just go like this. Oh, if this works, I've discovered a new thing that I could use for future stuff. Oh man, would you look at that? Would you just... Now for this, what do I want to do? Do I want to keep the bottom a similar feel or keep it close to like that? Find the texture since it was too big and just do this for east, west. And then another question is, how do I want to do the top? I feel like it might end up looking pretty sweet. So all I'm doing is selecting a point, shift clicking, and then it creates a point between the points I selected, which helps a lot. We have a basic outline of the body, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now this will be a fun part. I'm gonna have to decide later on too if I want to make these question marks on this side reversed, which I probably will. You know, you can see what I mean now. Some sides require different things. And there we have it. So see, this side is correct and that's correct. Nails are pure white because obviously. And then this is one of those things I was talking about. I could basically make these kind of nails just by deleting the bottom side of this and then hook it out. I'll just do some quick shading of the interior muscles. And yeah, for now, I think that's fine. I haven't even had to restart. That's one worry for me. I was like, okay, I'll get this far in and have to restart. But that doesn't happen too often, thankfully. We could just do, yeah, let's do like a little diamond pattern on the toesies. Now, when I do wings, I like to think of it as like a dark in the middle and light on the outside, and then you have like the bones it focuses on. Yeah, we'll keep going. This one, since it's connected, it's kind of gonna go like this. We'll do connected colors, easy peasy. What I want to do here is probably make this more tan, so I'll actually just mix it with the color we have for now. And this I want to make white, so we'll just hit colors or yellow and then change everything to yellow. I don't want there to be too much of a contrast here. Now let's just see what it looks like with a lucky block. I could just add some question marks. Actually, I could do big lucky blocks. There we go. And then take a shade. I could see that. And I could also blend out the yellow, like just on the wing itself. Got the question marks on the wings. We could do another question mark up here, probably. There we go. And I'll add some more question marks, like smaller question marks above it, all over the wing. And normally, when I make a dragon, I like to add some like battle scars and stuff on the wing. So it'll look like that, but you know, I'm gonna have to turn all the question marks around. Well, actually, maybe not, because when you look at it upside down, now we have to add some question marks on the back. Now we have to design this part of the wings. So we'll do kind of a similar method here, where the bright will be bright. I also need to add the horns, because if you remember, I did have the horns. So that would be a very good thing to start coloring now. There we go. And then the ones in the back-ish. It's there, I swear. Let's see if I turn on shading. Something you'll be able to see in shading, most likely. Make it more noticeable. Not like that. That was wrong. Okay. Now it looks like a regular horn. Cool. Well, now the dragon has that stuff. And these wings are all looking good here. Very lucky blocky dragony. Let's now open up the jaw to see those fine dandy, like purple. Is purple a good mouth color? I don't know. We're going with it for now. Let's find the lower jaw. bottom jaw. Let's close this bad boy up and see, very, very nice, and if I do say so myself. So that's about it for the texturing. I'll mess with it off and on, you know, like as I will do here, and then I will move on to doing the animations. Hey there, we're gonna get going on the Lucky Block Dragon animations today. Yeah, him and his kingly self will be finally moving to the beat, and I think the idea is to make it flap in place, kind of like a boss. I want it to like go fly, flippy flappy, and have a lot of like dynamics to it. So first, I think yeah, idle pose is kind of what I'm gonna go for here. I see some changes I want to be made, so I probably need to extendo this blocko a bit. I'll get past all this, I'll fix this up, and then we'll see. Un momento. And now, let's practice that we have the wings. So we want the wings to flappy flap up and down. So first things first with the wings. We want to figure out how long we want the animation to be. So we want it to kind of go up slow. Could I move them any more? Arms and legs, the way things are positioned. So if this thing has no resistance on the ground, and just so I can see it, let's go like this and see if I can, while this goes up, we want some body action to happen, because this is all going to come as we go, but I do want a lot of movement to make it seem real. All these ideas will kind of come together as I go. That way I could just kind of look at it for a bit, see what I'm doing. But yeah, that's going to be the idle. Select the next body part. So now it should be looking fine. Seeing as how this could be like in dire need, like if he needs to get away, but I feel like I want him to be very stoic, so I do want to undo a little bit of the body back curve back, you know. So maybe when it does this, the head will get a bit, you know, because he has a giant crown on it, it could wobble a little bit. Okay, it's looking pretty good. We have a basic flight. So I will leave this as is, probably. You know, besides this, I'll just do one more thing. So that's the boss idle. So while he just is there, and then I will work on another big one, which will be his lucky block state. So I have to figure out the beginning and the end of his lucky block state. It'll be like the transform. He gets summoned like a genie out of his lamp, except the lamp is a lucky block. So we'll go, I want to only adjust the parts that get sucked into the lucky block. So this will be him before everything. So with this, how do I want to do this? I want to imagine this all as when I hide this, what does this do? Now the next part would be the body. Body itself will be a thing indeed. Okay, new idea. I might have to do this another backwards way, which is a lot of work, but I might have to do it. I might have to put each one of the cubes I want, if I want it to look right, it's like this, into its own group inside of that group. Everything numbered from appear 1 to appear 9, and it's all along the main worm body, because the way I have the body bones set up, it's set by the actual bones, and then the ligaments are attached to the bone which it's attached at. So it's hard to do what I want to do if I don't do what I want to do right. So yeah, this is the best way around it. Oh no, the head's gone. Where did the head go? It's like coming together like a teeny thing. And then it's doing what I want it to do. We're still good. Might even have him come out sooner a little bit. And then appear 5 comes out soon after that. So now let's see how it looks from beginning to end. Genie. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Okay. So I want the hands to be doing a thing, like it's glad to be out. That maybe the paw or hand or whatever you want to call it comes forward like that, or maybe it just stretches out. Yeah, I do like that. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be a scary boss. You just don't know. You see a lucky block, oh, you're like, oh, that looks cool. Go to open it, starts floating away, and it's like boom. And now we need to brainstorm some attacks. It'll start at 0, and then fireball will happen right away. So it's gonna press R to go to rotate, maybe 30 degrees, because if we do that, and then we play this at the same time, 30 degrees. And then if we go like this and play fireball, bam, fireball, back to normal. Fireball, back to normal. So you can't exactly see what it looks like halfway through, but you get an idea. I think that's exactly what I want, though. The head will rotate towards whatever it's shooting at. Now, the next one, I think, we'll do a grab. The final one that should work with what we got throws up some sort of dragon gang sign. Either way, both cool. And now, from that, there's options. Like, it can do this main grabbing motion, which actually, I think it should have a good tell, which if I was going to think of any, I'd want to give it more of a build up. So we want the dragon to hold about there position wise. And then it's going to start moving up a little bit. So let's change the position like this, like that a bit, just so we can keep the lucky block flush to the ground. So let's play it all the way through and just watch it. Goes up and then slam. Now the next thing would be the wings. So at this point, the wings should definitely be like cuddled against him, right? If that's the case, we definitely want to go like negative. Got all the animations done. If I ever need to make anything or add it, I'll add it in post, possibly update if I can. We'll see. Or you'll see it when it's fully out and the dragon's there. So on to the sounds next. We're gonna do them in Ableton. This will be a fun thing. Hey, it's Longridr and welcome to the sound design portion of the Lucky Block Dragon. This is the thing, and we're not using this. We're actually using Ableton Live. It's not the most ideal piece of software for sound design, but it's what I use. It's what I know. It's what I'm good with.
Okay.
So first things first, I have a couple plans here. Let's see what I can do here. First thing, let's create a roar. I want to get the personality of the dragon first. So I have a lot of VSTs and stuff just from the years. Here we go. Nice. Okay, now that we can hear, I'm going to try to create a track or just like a one note phrase. Maybe I could just do a little bit of attenuation on it too. So let's see. I love using this. This is my favorite thing to do. So what I'll usually do is do like maybe like a band phaser. I have to remember it's been a bit. This is pretty new for me as it is with you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it has some sort of naturally-ish feel. Almost like a modern talking already. That's kind of nice. Here, let me go like this so I can play on repeat. And then we'll enable looping so I can hear it over and over. Yeah, see, it adds a little bit of something there. Width changes what frequency it's playing at. And usually lower is better for me. Now I could try a different one, like deeper. And so what it sounds like right now. All right, let's make the curve a bit higher so it doesn't affect as fast. Now we'll create some unnatural curves in its voice. Maybe. If I remember right, size is like you're looking down a hallway. If size is low, it's gonna be like a narrow hallway. And if size is high, it's gonna be a really big hall, like a giant cathedral hall straight forward. Now, as far as this goes, we can cut off part of the EQ. Yeah, see that sounds very unique, right? Because next we'll move on to live sounds that I've recorded, like a wing flap. Okay, that's good. Because every wing flap will just be one sound that kind of repeats. It's like wafoo, wafoo, kind of like that. So I want to imitate that with like kind of the grunts it'll make while it goes. I feel like maybe some horse neighs and stuff like that to end it off with, like it's flapping its mouth cheeks when it's done. It's like, now I'm going to play it on loop selection. We'll play it over and over, see what it sounds like, see what we need. Okay, and then we'll raise, and I think that's about that for the wing flap. I might come back to it for the fireball now, so it'll come into effect pretty quickly. Whoa, keep forgetting how loud I have things. Let's turn down a bit. Okay, let's see. It'll be like -10. Okay, that's not bad. We want some sort of explosion sound. So, explosion sounds are interesting. We could use white noise to create it. See, there we go. There's an explosion. There's a classic, whatever you want to call it, explosion. Nice. Now, I think I will adjust this automation. Loop selection, and then destroyed. Nice. Got it. So all the sounds are now made. And what we do next, we bring it to, and then copy, and then paste it again. So it plays right at the 0.5. Sound different. Yeah, a little bit. I think it just has a hard time with wave files, so yeah, you don't want to do that. And a bit better. summon. Now we grab the sound there. So find file. Ah, poopy. I gotta find it every time. There's an easy way to do this. Cool. Bit long. There we go. I actually like that. I'll cut off. See, against the dark arts. Less high pitch flap and more like a low flip. But for the most part, everything is about how I want it. Now it's going to take a lot, like weeks worth of coming back to it when I have ideas and stuff. Yeah, I think that covers everything I can do for the day. And we have a basically finished dragon. Now hopefully you can see it in the actual add-on when it comes out. It'd be pretty cool. Don't know when that, but yeah, when it is, it'll be hopefully fun to play. Thank you for watching. This has been a 4-step process in me making a Lucky Block Dragon for the Lucky Block add-on. It was a lot of fun. Went from modeling to texturing to animating to sound design. It's a long process, but I enjoy every kind of bit of it. And hopefully you enjoyed watching as well. If you did, maybe like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see next. Yeah, I'll do more gaming videos as we come along. Hopefully some more of this too. We'll see how this, how people like this. I enjoyed it, so I'll see you in the next one, the next series, the next something. Goodbye.